Bees, or Apoidea, are one of the most important and well-known insect groups within the superfamily Apoidea, consisting of over 20,000 species worldwide. These pollinators play a critical role in ecosystems by aiding in the fertilization of plants, which is essential for food production and biodiversity. Among the most recognized species are honeybees, apis species, and bumblebees, bombus species, though there are many solitary bees like mason bees and carpenter bees. From their complex social structures to their vital role in agriculture, bees are both fascinating and essential for life on Earth. Physical characteristics: bees are generally small to medium-sized insects, typically ranging from 2 mm to 40 mm in length, depending on the species. They have furry bodies that are often yellow, black, or brown, with some species displaying vibrant stripes. Their bodies are divided into three main sections: the head, thorax, and abdomen. Bees have antennae, used for smelling and navigating, compound eyes for detecting movement and light, mandibles, strong jaws for chewing plant material and wax, proboscis, a long tongue used for sucking nectar from flowers, wings, two pairs of wings, the forewings and hindwings, which they use to fly from flower to flower point. One of the key physical adaptations of bees is their hairy bodies, which help trap pollen as they move from one plant to another. This pollen is then transferred during visits to different flowers, facilitating pollination. Bee species and types: honeybees, Apis mellifera, the most recognized bee species. Honeybees are known for their ability to produce honey and their highly organized, social colony structure. Bumblebees, bombus, these large furry bees are important pollinators and live in smaller colonies compared to honeybees. They are well known for their robust size and buzzing sound. Solitary bees, species like mason bees and carpenter bees, live alone rather than in colonies. They are also highly effective pollinators, often working faster than social bees. Life cycle: the life cycle of bees involves four main stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. While the exact details of the life cycle can vary depending on the species, the basic process is consistent across the group. Eggs: the queen bee or female bee lays eggs in prepared cells, typically within a nest or hive. In social bee species, the queen is the sole egg layer, while in solitary bees, each female creates her own nest. Larva: after the eggs hatch, larvae emerge. These worm-like larvae are fed a steady diet of nectar and pollen brought by adult bees. In honeybees, worker bees tend to the larvae in the hive. Pupa: after feeding and growing, the larvae enter the pupal stage, during which they spin a cocoon and undergo metamorphosis into adult bees. Adult: the adult bee emerges from the pupa ready to fly, forage, and, in social species, work within the hive. Bee behavior and social structure: bees display a wide range of behaviors depending on whether they are social or solitary bees. Honeybees live in large, complex colonies that consist of a queen, worker bees, female, and drones, male. The queen's main role is reproduction, while worker bees forage for nectar, care for the larvae, and protect the hive. Drones are solely responsible for mating with queens. Bumblebees also live in colonies but typically have smaller groups, with similar roles among the queen, workers, and drones. Solitary bees live and work independently, with each female creating her own nest, laying eggs, and gathering food for her offspring. Pollination and ecological role: bees are essential pollinators, transferring pollen from one flower to another as they collect nectar. This process enables fertilization, allowing plants to produce fruits and seeds. Bees are crucial for the reproduction of many flowering plants, including a large proportion of the world's crops, such as fruits, apples, blueberries, and strawberries, vegetables, tomatoes, cucumbers, and squash nuts. Almonds: without bees, the global food supply would suffer immensely, as they are responsible for pollinating about 70% of the crops consumed by humans. In addition to their agricultural role, bees also support the health of ecosystems by promoting plant diversity, which benefits other species. Communication and navigation: one of the most fascinating aspects of bee behavior is their method of communication and navigation. Waggle dance: honeybees perform a waggle dance to communicate the location of food sources to other bees. The dance conveys the distance and direction relative to the sun, helping bees find the best foraging sites. Pheromones: bees also use chemical signals called pheromones to communicate. For example, a queen bee releases pheromones to maintain order in the hive and regulate the behavior of the worker bees. Magnetic fields: bees can navigate using the Earth's magnetic field, a remarkable adaptation that helps them find their way back to the hive over long distances. threats and conservation. Bees are currently facing numerous threats, leading to declines in many species, especially honeybees and wild bees. The major threats include habitat loss. Urbanization and agricultural expansion have destroyed many natural habitats where bees live and forage. Pesticides. The widespread use of chemical pesticides, particularly neonicotinoids, has been linked to bee population declines by impairing their navigation and foraging abilities. Climate change. Shifts in climate patterns are affecting flowering times and disrupting the natural relationships between bees and plants. Colony collapse disorder, CCD in honeybees. CCD is a phenomenon where worker bees suddenly disappear from the hive, leaving the colony unable to sustain itself. Given the critical role bees play in both agriculture and natural ecosystems, their conservation is of global importance. Efforts to protect bee populations include reducing pesticide use, planting more pollinator-friendly plants, and creating wildlife corridors that support biodiversity. Bees are not only important for the environment, but they are also key players in global food security through their role as pollinators. Their fascinating behavior, complex social structures, and intricate relationships with plants make them a subject of immense scientific interest. As the threats to bee populations grow, so does the need to protect and preserve these incredible insects for the health of the planet and future generations. Thank you for watching, guys.